Good evening, Internet. My name is Aaron Guerra, and I will be your game master for tonight in the latest monthly installment of the Role Players Guild of Kansas City online Dread game. We're currently trying very hard to grow this channel and would love it if you could give us a follow right down at the bottom of your screen. This will help us unlock some wonderful Twitch features and hopefully bring you more live play goodness like tonight in the future. If you would like to join us for one of those online adventures, head on over to our Discord server, where we post signups for the games and other events brought to you every month. If you're watching this after the live show on our YouTube channel, throw us a like and subscribe over there and hit that bell to be notified of anything that we post, and that helps us build our community over there. Those links will all be down in the description, thanks to our handy-dandy Brad. Tonight, for your viewing pleasure, we have another installment of Dread, the role-playing game. Now let's meet our players. Players, can you introduce yourself? But we'll do character intros later. Brad, why don't you go ahead?
I'm Brad Kelly from the Role Players Guild of Kansas City. And Midwest Game Fest. I'm super prepared.
Hey, I'm Coda. I'm not with that group, really. I don't have a group yet. I'm working on it.
You're welcome anytime.
And Greg?
Greg, I'm also with RPGKC for several years now, thank God. And I just love being here.
And finally, John.
Hi, I'm John Hook, writer, podcaster. I have a podcast, if it's all right. I would take a moment to say, if you like Call of Cthulhu role-playing game, I have a podcast called Modern Mythos, where I and Seth Skorkowski talk about the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game and also about GMing and player advice, that kind of thing. And yeah, that's me.
All right, those are our players for the evening. So now, on to Dread. So first, to give you a quick summary of Dread and how it plays. Dread is a rules-light, theater of the mind horror RPG. Unlike other role-playing games, there's no stats or skills. Instead, to create a character, our players have already chosen an archetype and have answered a series of short answer questions about their character to flesh them out and give them a personality, any secrets they might have, and do a little bit of world building in the scenario we have tonight. This system is also a diceless system, so as long as the action the players can do would be within their ability, they're going to succeed. For example, a third-year medical student with a good medical kit will always be able to bandage a cut on someone's arm. Now, in Dread, if to do something that's outside of their character's skill set, that's when, in a live face-to-face game, we would turn to a Jenga tower, and they would have to pull a block from the Jenga tower. So, for example, if our same third-year medical student was given 2 sticks of dynamite and told to go over there and blow up that bridge, that would be outside the skill set of most medical students, so they would have to pull a block out of the tower to be successful. If the pull is successful, sometimes the task is very difficult, and the player will have to make multiple pulls. An example would be as if our third-year medical student is trying to set a compound fractured arm in the back of a pickup going down a pothole-filled road, and someone is shooting a gun at them at the same time. This would probably call for 3 or 4 pulls on the tower to be successful. Now, tonight, as you've noticed, we are obviously not sitting at the same table. We're playing over the internet, so we have to do a little bit of changes. So these players will be sharing a common number pool of the numbers 1 through 90. Instead of pulling a block, they'll be rolling a 90-sided die, and we'll be marking down whatever number they roll. If they ever roll a number that has not previously been rolled, then they're going to be successful, and we'll write that down and keep track of it. If they repeat a number that has already been rolled, then they're going to lose 1 hit point. That doesn't sound bad until you find out that you only have 2 hit points to start the game. So, if a player loses their 2nd hit point, that is the equivalent of when the tower would fall if we were playing with a Jenga tower. When the tower is knocked over, or someone repeats twice and loses their 2nd hit point, that's going to be the scene where I will narrate a grisly demise for their character. Afterwards, to continue our story with our remaining players, we'll wipe all the numbers and start with a fresh set of 90 numbers free and clear of any marked numbers and start again. So just to be clear, the players are all sharing the same 90 number pool, and will only be restarting the pool or tracking when someone loses their 2nd hit point and dies. Now, in addition to that, Players can refuse to make a roll anytime that I ask them to. The only problem is they'll suffer the consequence. If they don't want to try to break down the door to get away from the axe-wielding murderer, they're just going to have to deal with him, fight him, or evade him. So you can always refuse to make a roll if you feel like there's too many numbers and you think it's a little too dicey. Just a couple other rules to go over. The players are allowed to negotiate with me, the game master, in order to find things that haven't been described in the scene. So if they'd like to find a flashlight or a gun, I'll give them a number of rolls that they'll need to do in order to find that item. If they want, for example, a building to have a fire escape, when I had not described it, then I'd offer them a fire escape for maybe two or three pulls or 2 or 3 rolls for tonight. If the player would like to be extra alert, I think there's an axe murderer behind that door, and they want to anticipate the attack. Once again, we'll negotiate that, and they'll make a number of rolls based on how alert or what they think is coming. The final rule for Dread tonight is the noble sacrifice rule. If a player thinks it would be narratively appropriate for their character to sacrifice themselves for the betterment of everybody else, all they'll need to do is let me know that they want to do a noble sacrifice. If we're in a live game in front of a Jenga tower, you would represent that by reaching over and knocking the tower over, but since we're online, the players will just let me know that they want to do a noble sacrifice. This noble sacrifice will give a large narrative reprieve to the survivors, and if we're close to the end of the game, might launch them all the way to the end of the scenario and let the few remaining survivors escape alive. Okay, I think we've covered all the rules. Players, do we have any questions? Alright, I got a smart bunch of guys here waiting for some murder. Alright. So with that, I would ask you to get comfy in your seats as I welcome people of all persuasions. Let's turn on the stage lights of the theater of our mind. Sharpen your axes. Come to grips with your phobias. Get ready to chase some ghosts, because it's time for some dread. So tonight, we're going to be adventuring through a scenario that I wrote today called Scream Park. It's 1984. It's October, and these college majors have decided to make some money by working at the Halloween festival at our local Worlds of Fun, a local amusement park here in Kansas City. The park is decorated to the hilt with ghosts and goblins and cobwebs on every aisle. These 4 co-workers have decided that tonight it's time to blow off a little bit of steam. They've had their fill of crazy patrons. They've had their fill of all this Halloween. They've procured some beer, and they're going to hang out at one of the stages after closing hours, get some drinks on, and cut loose a little bit. So now I'll turn to each one of our players so that they can introduce the various characters they're going to be taking through this scenario. Why don't we go in reverse order? John, why don't we start with you?
Well, I am an English major. My name is Jason Pierson. Although those who know me sometimes realize that I feel sometimes like half of a person. When I was a kid, 10 years old, my identical twin brother drowned during our birthday party. And it's been something I've had to struggle with for all my days. So, yeah, but for the most part, you know, I can put on a brave and smiling face. So,
excellent, thank you, John. Real quick, I didn't say there might have been some secrets that you might have answered on your character sheet. You don't have to share those secrets unless you feel like your character would be the kind of person that would put everything on the table and just tell everybody everything. But thank you very much, John. I think that puts us over to Greg. Greg, would you like to introduce us to your character?
Well, I'm a freshman, so I haven't quite decided what I want to do. But I'm kind of looking toward architectural engineering, or like most people, business. You know, so that's I'm not have anything planned yet. And I just, like I said, I started working here at the Haunt. And like I said, I've been having a blast being only a freshman and everything. But for some reason, these guys have been nice enough to invite me to the party afterwards. So I'm looking forward to that, but I don't know them that well yet. Notice the key word there was yet.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Coda, I think that brings us to you.
Yeah. My name's Eric Blandon Anavan, and I love it here in KU. Go Jayhawks! And I play football. Damn it, right. Play football here. Coach says that if I do real good this year, he's gonna put me back on the bench and out of the locker room. So I'm looking forward to that. We're working real hard, and I'm a fashion major. Actually, finally got my new school uniforms for the football team passed by, the dean. What's his name? I don't remember. Doesn't matter. Douche canoe dean. He didn't like my first two sets. Said lace has no place on the football field. I don't know what he's talking about. Lace has a place everywhere.
I love it. Football playing fashion major. Absolutely awesome. And last but not least, but most likely to die, Brad, who do we have?
This is Mike on. I think the football player managed to piss off just about all of our constituents, KU fans, football players.
I do what I can.
Name is Lewis Griffith. First call me Griff. He's engineering major from the Desert Southwest, and looking forward to this job at Worlds of Fun. Bit of a loner, kind of keeps to himself, but he's warming up.
All right. Well, I think we're ready to begin. So, as I said, it's 1984. Halloween is fast approaching. It's probably October 29th. So, you guys have had the stress. You're almost all the way through it. Just a week or two left of the Halloween haunt before it kicks over into the holidays and you get a long break. But tonight's a night to cut loose. Who would like to have volunteered to bring the beer? Maybe two different people brought two different cases. Okay. So Eric has brought some beer. Anyone else want to volunteer?
I'm in.
Enough to do it yet.
All right. So it looks
Poor
like
Frosh.
Eric and Lewis have brought a couple of cases of beer. Probably kept them back in their car or snuck them into their locker until after hours. After hours has come. The janitors have come and clean, and you guys are all meeting up back at one of the stage shows where you start cracking open beers and start relaxing. So anything, and you guys feel free to take it away.
Hey, Greg.
Hey,
sorry,
Lewis,
before we started. Greg, what was your character's name?
Jonny.
Great. Got it. Thank you. Just making a note here.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, Lewis, my Trans Am that we got all the beer out of, it's kind of sputtering a little bit. You think you can maybe come over this weekend? We'll get some more beers going, and we can crack that thing open too.
Absolutely. 84 Camaro? That thing's a classic.
Classics. It's 84 now. This is brand new.
Oh my god. What? Wait, what?
But your kids are going to love it.
It's like 84. Holy What? I mean, it's a beautiful machine. Beautiful machine. That thing is a bitchin' Camaro.
It's a Trans Am. Come on.
Same thing. It's a beautiful machine. Just saying. Beautiful. And absolutely would help you.
So where are the girls? Where are the girls?
Always the question, right?
Yeah, strangely, none of them showed up. When you started telling them that it was going to be a bunch of guys and a bunch of beer all hanging out after hours unapproved, for some strange reason, they didn't feel like that was quite the place they wanted to be.
The smart people stayed home.
I'm just kind of hanging back a little bit, like grabbing a beer and hoping they don't realize I'm not old enough really to be drinking with them. And
I've been walking around all day in the park wearing this stupid costume. I've got my giant paper mache head, off to the side, and I've still got these giant cartoon hands and everything, and I'm just kind of fumbling trying to get this beer open.
So, as you guys are having some beer, kind of, tuning in the radio, finding out what all the top hits of 1984 are, you're all standing out of the stage, and there's the large curtain for the stage show, and there's the backstage area. Out from behind the curtain, comes a gentleman, dressed in like the security uniform, and he oh, hey guys, what's going on?
Hey, you here with a beer?
Say that again. I didn't hear it.
You're here for the beer, right?
I'm not here for the beer, but a beer would make me realize that I hadn't seen you guys.
Come on, then.
Here, have two.
Oh. Just one. I'll swing back around for the second one. So
dude, we'll be here. It's good. Bring girls.
All right. Well, I think all of them have left, except for maybe Janice, the accountant. She might still be wrapping up some books back in the office. But
hey,
all right.
Janice, an
well,
accountant,
if you guys
hot,
can,
man. Come on.
If you guys can keep it down a little bit, don't break anything, and I'll swing back by. You guys are gonna clear out before like 3 a.m., right?
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah.
All right. Sounds good. He breaks it open, like slams about half of it in one go. All right. Well,
dude, if we're done by 3 a.m., I'm gonna be seriously disappointed.
This guy have a uniform or something?
The secure on his, it just says banker on his name tag, so just like his last name, just banker. So, all right. Well, you guys take care. Like I said, don't break anything. It should be all right. I remember my college years. Finishes the beer, crushes it on his head, leaves it on the ground for you guys, and heads back through the.
Johnny's impressed.
And he heads back through the curtain.
Oh man, Banker's all right. He's fine. He's cool.
Oh, dude, super chill. Or whatever
Radical
they say
dude.
in this year, which is 1984.
We'll get the
Super
bitchin'
fly?
go down before we're done.
Totally bitchin'.
Totally bitching.
So, as you guys hear, you hear Banker. You hear Banker go back, and like he's kind of like moving around backstage, and then you hear the backstage door open, and you kind of hear like some muffled talking.
Do we recognize any of the voices?
Maybe the girls came back.
Guys?
I was just gonna ask that. Does it sound like girls?
No, it doesn't really sound like girls. In fact, the voices start picking up a little bit, and you hear Banker's like, "Hey, I don't know you guys. I don't know where you're," and then it just cuts off, and the door shuts. You hear the door shut.
Get him, Banker!
You got this, Banker. You got it.
It's you guys. Figure you're like sitting on the stage, like on the front of the stage, or sitting in the first row of seats, and this is backstage. So it'd be like the back door to the stage, to
How
the
far
to the building that
do
the.
you think?
And this theater, we're in a theater. What is this theater normally used for?
Like they'll put on like various kind of shows.
Concerts,
Yeah, various kinds of
except
little
usually.
shows.
Outdoor.
Right.
Okay, outdoor. All right.
Jason, I'm pretty sure that was the girls. Like, do you want to? I think Banker found the girls. Should we go get them?
No, let's just hang out here, man. We're just having a party.
Well, I was
Just
talking
hanging
to
out.
Jason there, Lewis, but okay.
Yeah, hey, look,
He
I'm bad with
is
names.
hot.
Can't remember his name.
I am hot as hell in this damn suit. I gotta go. I gotta take a leak.
Oh, come on, man. Just take it off. Take it off here. What the hell?
Dude, I gotta get back to my locker. I'm just wearing my skivvies under this. Know how
Ooh,
hot this
fine.
thing is?
Not that kind of party.
So
Would it make you feel better if I went down to my skivvies too? Is that what's? I mean, it's just like a locker room. It's cool.
Nope. No, all good. Never mind.
All right, I gotta find the can.
all right, let's see, that would be as Jason. Jason, you start heading towards one of the restrooms that are situated throughout the various park. You start heading over there to go over there, and then while the three of you are still continuing to drink beer, the three of you at the stage hear like some pops. Might be a car muffler, might be gunshots, might be just some loud pop, pop, pop. 3. Yeah, just 3 pop, pop, pop.
Oh man,
I hit the
my
floor.
car was doing that too last week.
They're a little faint.
Okay,
They're a
there's
little off in the
big
distance.
difference between backfires and gunshots. I'm a mechanic.
Not a hunt. Like they were kind of not close, not far, not sure.
How far away do we think it is to the
School I went to back then, I'm hitting the floor.
All right, so Jonny hits the floor. He's kind of looking around.
Okay. I concerned. I'm going to head back through the curtain, kind of back up to the door. Going to check out on Banker, find out what happened to him. Concerned.
You head back through the curtain, whatever, and back near the door, and you don't see any. Like you see, like some stuff has been like some chairs have been like knocked over, like some stuff has been kind of moved aside. And as you open the door to look out the back of the door, you see one of those like mag flashlights that Baker was carrying. You see one of those just like laying on the ground just outside the door.
Okay, so there's no blood. Baker's on here?
No Baker, no blood.
Screeching tires. No, nothing.
No screeching. Just the kind of like an employee area, a little bit of the back area of the park, of the amusement park. Jason, you find your way to the bathroom. Start trying to negotiate, the various costume. Do you strip off the costume to use the bathroom easily, or do you try to use the difficult little flap?
Is it a actual restroom or is it a porta-john?
It's an actual
Johnny
restroom.
on the spot. Okay.
No,
I will. So if it's an actual restroom, I'll go inside the restroom and I'll just take the suit off, and I'm just wearing tennis shoes and underwear under this thing. So I'll take the suit off and take a leak, wash my hands, and then when I put the suit back on, I pull up the pants, and then it's a full body jumpsuit that you normally have to, like, once you get your arms and stuff in, you gotta pull a string that raises the zipper behind you. But I'm just gonna leave it undone. I'm only gonna pull the pants up, but then I'm gonna like use the arms of the suit and wrap them around my waist and tie them so the upper torso of the suit will just be this baggy thing kind of hanging in front of my waist, and the arms will be tied behind me, and I'll just be bare-chested and finally getting some breeze and coolness on me and walking around. So I've got, and I'm dressed, it's Halloween time, right?
Yes.
So I'm dressed as like an evil clown kind of thing. So I've got ridiculous clown feet and all this stuff, and so it's just all kind of, Ronald McDonald gone bad. It's just tied around my waist right now.
Absolutely. All right. So yeah, after you wash your hands, you even run your hand back under the water a little bit, get them wet, and kind of flick some water on your, to kind of cool off a little bit, because you finally get to take it off. And as you're headed back out the door, you see like off the corner of your eye, you like see some movement, or like somebody like running past in the corner. Like just like a shadow or something, like round a corner.
Hey! We got beer! Hey! And I'm just gonna start waddling over there to go and see who it is.
Oh, you start going towards the shadows?
Yeah. The shoes that I wear, it's almost like you're trying to walk with like swimming flippers on, so you just kind of have to do these exaggerated leg movements to get the feet to flop around, and
You have some sort of headpiece.
I left that over. No, it's a big paper mache head, and I took that off, and it's got like a faux knife through it and everything. I took that off, and it's over by the chairs, and then I've just got this, kind of a fluffy, stuffy, pseudo furry suit on, now tied at the half waist, So I'm gonna kind of waddle over there and go, hey, 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 we got a beer.
All right. Yeah, you wander over to over by one of the food court buildings and kind of take a look around, and yeah, you don't see anything. You don't hear anything. So maybe it was a raccoon, or actually, go ahead and give me a roll. So our first roll of the night, and again that there we go, 77. We will mark 77. So as you're coming around to the back of one of these food booths, one of the food courts, bursting out of one of the trash cans or whatever it is this raccoon just comes right at you, and scared because it didn't here's this crazy waddling clown thing. It jumps out of takes a bite out of one of the big clown shoes and just rips a little chunk of the foam off, and then just runs off down the fence line.
Bastard! You're gonna have to pay for that. Son of a bitch. Alright, let's get back.
Waddle.
Alright. So after a few minutes, Jason joins you guys, and it's it was the pop that you guys heard was just about 3 or 4 minutes ago, just about. And Brad, Lewis, you're probably returning from backstage.
Yeah, I got the flashlight. Yeah, guys, look, I got back there and there was nobody. There was nobody around. No, what's his name?
Banker.
Yeah. So, I'm thinking I think our friend Banker may be up to no good, drugs, or who knows what, out the back.
Slowly getting back up again.
What's that?
I said I'm slowly getting back up off the ground.
I
I spilled my beer too. I'm pissed.
Does Banker even have a gun? They give that guy a gun? I mean, I like Banker and all, but who gives that guy a gun?
Yeah, he's got a gun. And
You guys did notice that Banker did have a pistol on his hip, so when he hung out for a few minutes, you did notice that.
Yeah. So I think I'm a little concerned about what's going on with Banker here in the back alley. I mean, just saying that a lot of people, some shots fired, and Banker disappears. I'm a little concerned. And look, his flashlight.
Here you go.
Flashlight's here. Give me that.
You're being paranoid. Have a beer. Beer will calm me down.
Yeah, I'll tell you, things get strange out in the desert Southwest.
Yeah, you guys got those chupacabras and stuff out there, right?
Oh, yeah, you would not believe.
Chupacabras. Chupacabras and the jackalopes.
All right.
Last summer.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey. Yeah, goddamn raccoon.
You need a beer?
Yeah, goddamn raccoon. Bit a hole in my shoe. Listen, I'm gonna go take this. I know, right? I'm gonna go take this monkey suit off and put on my regular clothes. I'll be right back. My locker's just not too far from here.
That's a clown suit, not a monkey suit.
Yeah. All right.
And you guys do see, there's a chunk that's been ripped out of the right toe of this big clown shoe that.
And I can pay for that, right?
Yeah, that bitch Molly's gonna make me pay for this thing. All right, listen, I'm gonna go change. I'll be back in a little bit, and I'm gonna chug a lug the beer that I was starting, and I'll finish that, crush it, belch, and then go, and I'm gonna start going to my locker.
Hey,
well, shit, that's what Banker was shooting at.
Cut back up.
Banker was shooting at the damn raccoons. That's what happened. He's got to be. Oh, that sounds awesome, actually. You guys want to grab some beers and go find Banker and see if we can shoot some raccoons with him? That sounds like a way to fucking relax, right? Come on,
that does
bro.
sound like fun. Yeah, that sounds like I'm gonna get out of this thing. That sounds like fun. I'll be back.
Yeah.
All right.
I have my
Johnny
next Friday
likes
night
the
plan.
idea
It's kind of
too,
like
but he's
a
kind
side
of
story.
because hey, these are big college guys. You know, hell, I want to hang out with them. Yeah, sounds good
Yeah,
to me.
come on, kid.
Whatever, fish.
So, Johnny, let's see, Johnny, Eric, and Lewis, you guys crack open another beer, kind of hang out for a few minutes, let Jason get a chance to go change his clothes. Jason, you wander back into the employee area where the lockers are. Start taking off the costume and hanging it back up with the rest of the other full body costumes.
Mine has got a stink to it. Ooh.
Obviously, no one ever cleans these things. They just like spray them down with a little bit of alcohol or something, and a little bit of Glade because we don't have Febreze yet. So they spray them down with just a little Glade air Lysol spray, and then hang them back up.
Yeah.
Wasn't Febreze actually invented in the 60s, I thought?
Not
It just
100%
wasn't
sure.
popular.
It wasn't popular, so it probably was just Lysol spray at this point. Anyway, so as you get over to your locker, you start putting on your jeans and pulling on a t-shirt, putting out, checking your pockets or whatever, and you hear the door for the employee locker room like open and close. And like,
All right.
and like, a couple locker rows over or whatever, you hear like some footsteps coming your way.
I mean, Worlds of Fun's a big place, so there's probably somebody else working late or goofing around and whatever. So, yeah, I'm just going to make sure I got everything. Wallet, pocket knife, 2 condoms. All right. Yep, good to go. Okay.
All right. Yeah, right about the time you stop patting your pockets and check everything, that's when the footsteps stop. And so I'm assuming you start heading towards the door?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll shut up my locker. Suit's all up. Everything's put away. Hopefully Molly doesn't notice the toe. All right. I'm gonna start heading out.
You make your way back out the front door, and as you're coming around the edge of the locker row, I'm going to need to ask you to make another roll.
Okay.
Goons.
73.
It's awfully close.
I was just thinking that, yeah.
If all you roll is 70s, this is going to be a quick game for you. All right.
One night.
All right,
Was 49, 47, 46, 45, 44. Oh my God.
All right. Well, as you're coming around the edge of the locker, from out of another locker row, jumps somebody, like arms out, like trying to catch a hold of you. So this guy lunges out and like just barely misses you, or just like overcorrects and just kind of goes past you and like hits against the wall and like turns and looks at you, and it looks like an older guy, probably in like his mid-30s, black baseball cap, like black t-shirt, nondescript black t-shirt, and just like a pair of blue jeans.
Is he close, like within arm's reach?
Yeah, he jumped out of the locker row to try to grab you, but you either react like something out of the corner of your eye just kind of ducked out of the way, and so he's
All right.
bouncing off the wall and he's kind of turning towards you, looking like with his arms out, like he's going to try to grab you again.
All right. When he jumped and did that, I'm gonna double push him and just go, dude, what's your problem?
Yeah, so he stumbles, hits the wall, kind of regains himself. He's like, "You're not supposed to be here," and he's gonna lunge to try to grab hold of you again. Are you gonna try to run, or?
Yeah, I want to duck out of here and bolt.
All right, if you're gonna duck out of here and bolt, that's only gonna be one roll. So give me one more roll, and you'll 21. All right. Yep. So he pivots on his foot, and you kind of see which foot he's pivoting on, and there's like a plastic bucket, and you like kick the plastic bucket at the weight bearing foot, and he kind of stumbles enough, and it's just enough for you to like tear out of the locker room and run back towards everybody at the stage.
Jerk face loser.
Yep.
And then I'll ass.
Yep. Haul ass back.
Hey, he's back. Hey, what's going on, man? Why are you hauling ass?
Dude, there's some asshat. I don't know. I guess he thinks he owns the place. He was like, "You're not supposed to be here," and jumped at me like he wanted to fight or something.
Dude, not cool, bro.
Seriously, not cool. If he comes back, he can't have any beer.
We'll beat his ass. I got your back.
Yeah.
bozos don't get the beer. What a bunch of shit. What was he thinking?
That's right. Eric, you're my bud. I appreciate the help. All right. Give me another beer. What is this?
What is this? Backstage. What is
We need to go find this guy?
Is this Schlitz? Man, this is the shit.
Schaefer.
The shit.
So what
All right.
happened? Some guy just jumped you?
Yeah.
What's going on?
He was in the employee locker room. I just figured somebody was working late. I don't know what his problem is. He's a jerk, is what he is.
Yep. Well, boy, if he comes back here, we're gonna give him the old flashlight to the head. I'll tell you though, man. I mean, what the shit is going on around here tonight? This is really weird. What do he look like?
Yeah. He's dressed all in black. He's a jerk. I don't know what's going on. I didn't recognize him.
Forget about him. Hey, gives us one more reason to go find Banker. You know, we'll shoot some raccoons. We'll let him know there's some crazy dude chasing you around. Like, we'll drink some more beer. It's good. That sounds like a plan. More reason to find Banker.
I'll make sure to crack open a beer that's probably been shook too much and just let all the foam go. Yeah!
Yeah.
It was in the back of the Trans Am when I was doing donuts in the parking lot.
hey!
About, because it was all shooken up, about 3/4 of it makes it into your mouth, and a little bit of it like kind of splashes. So now you're starting to feel like some sticky beer on the side of your face and running down your chin.
Yeah, okay, look. So, honestly, let's just stay here on the stage. I mean, there's a lot of shit going on tonight. And, we came out here to get drunk. So, I mean, what the hell, right? Just stay around here. No reason to go gallivanting around the park. Might be some gunfire. Who knows what the hell's going on? Just stay here. Come on.
I disagree.
Sorry, Lewis. I forgot that you invited your mom to the party.
Oh, snap!
Yeah. I'm wondering, is it in a, the normal thing that a freshman would do, you all load him up with the case, whatever beers he can carry,
Yeah,
And he'd have
a
to be-
cooler, a bunch of ice.
Yeah, I was going to say. So he picks up the cooler and you got him carting behind you, he's like, I'll carry it.
Hey, he wants to hang out with us. He'll find a way to
There's gotta be
carry
like a
it.
push cart around here. This is a theater. There's got to be like a push cart around here somewhere, right? Right.
Yeah. You guys want to go search backstage and
Yeah,
see if there's something
go
carrying a
fish
I'll
beer?
figure it out.
All right.
I'm trying to impress these guys,
Sure, I totally understand. Okay, so Johnny Blaze, he jumps up. He's like, "I'll find something." Runs back behind. So, what is it exactly that what would you like to find, Johnny? What are you looking for?
Some kind of like a, like they use carts to push speakers and stuff around on.
Mm-hmm.
Like a flat cart or whatever.
Okay.
Not real big, but
No,
big enough to hold the cases of beer.
Yeah, like those little push carts they use like in companies when they've got to like take a couple of PCs like to a different office. Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
So that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, if you would like there to be one of those backstage, I hadn't planned for there to be one, but if you'd like there to be one, I'd ask for one roll.
Love that, yeah. Hey, would you guys like a simple thing? Hey, would you like to risk your life? Absolutely.
Would you like to spend a karma?
Edge.
It's early.
Okay.
Just one roll. One tiny little roll. What's the worst that could happen?
Let's find out.
Really? You're going to say that?
I'm going to say that all night long.
Okay.
I've loaded the pool with 3 numbers.
Johnny goes back there. You hear him like pushing around. You hear like a chair knock over. Fuck! And keeps looking. Things are falling around.
You all right, Frank?
Too close.
But
Look
he-
at that.
What is happening?
After a couple of minutes, Johnny comes back out, and yep, he's found this nice little,
Hey,
foot and a half
found
wide
this
by
card.
2 foot long little cart. You can load up all your beer on it.
I'm just telling you.
See?
They should stay here.
All right. Load up the
I
beers.
I heard your mom's backstage anyway, so it'll be fine. We'll go catch up.
That's what took him so long to find the cart.
All right. So this is a little bit of theater
You
of
know
the
what I found
mind.
back here? Your mom!
College
This is a little-
kids are so much more mature.
Oh
This is-
yeah.
This is a little bit of theater of the mind. So there's basically just big sections of the park I'm envisioning. There's like the front that has like the entrance gate and like the offices. There's the food court. There's where most of the like amusement park rides are. Then there's the water park, and then right in between the water park and the amusement park rides is a construction area where they're working on putting up their next roller coaster, which includes a segment that's actually going to go like underground into a tunnel and then come back up. So would you guys like to head towards the front in the office, the food court, the general amusement park area, the water park area, or the construction?
Construction.
I think that's where we're gonna find Banker,
Yeah, we're
right?
we're-
Like he's
we're
gonna be
gonna
looking
get
after
Banker
that. Make
with
sure
me.
nobody goes in there.
Sure. And
Just
I'll
pushing the cart.
remind Eric, our football player, you do know a little bit of something about the construction area.
Oh yeah. I heard while we're over there, we gotta check out. They got this new section, I think. Or maybe we need to stay clear of it. I don't know. I think the owner's like really touchy about it. I heard him and my dad talking about it on the phone. He didn't seem all too keen on people going in, which I gotta tell you piques my interest, and also makes me think that that's where Banker is. Give me another beer.
I hand him a beer.
Thanks, new kid.
All right. So you guys start heading your way over towards heading towards the construction area. You guys were on the amusement side of the park, so you're going past various rides, the bumper cars. But as you are going past the fun house, the fun house, the Hall of Mirrors, you all clearly see like two people like struggling and pulling somebody like inside, like just for just a moment. But clear enough, there's like two people like struggling with somebody and like pulling them into, and you hear like some muffled hey, and like three people disappear into the fun house.
How far away?
It's probably about like 20-30 feet as you guys are like wandering through the lanes headed towards the construction area.
If we go over to help those guys.
Yeah, was that the guy?
Yeah, that may have been one of them. Yeah, one of those guys may have been the guy.
Clock him with a light.
Get him!
All right,
Nobody screws
guys-
with my drinking buddies.
pick up the pace. Two of you grab hands on the cart, start pushing. The beer starting to bounce a little bit. That's going to be fun to open later. You start pushing your beer cart and heading straight over, and you get to the big clown mouth open fun house, but it's all done up in cobwebs, and there's like they've propped up skeletons and things like that against the lights are currently out inside. There's just like the emergency lighting that's barely barely illuminating like the corners and whatnot.
Oh man, I
It'd
just
be
used
red
myself.
anyway.
Oh, that was so fun.
Just so you guys know, I'm kind of dressed as a zombie with a jean jacket on.
Oh,
Nice.
there. Oh, hey, we said after hours, but that means like 10 or 11 or I mean it's late, right? I don't know what time they close here.
Right. It's like 10:30, 11 o'clock. It's late, but it's not super late.
Okay, all right. So, sorry to cut in the action. So we got these guys.
No,
We're gonna go help them out. We're bringing the beer. The beers are getting all shaken. We get over there. What happened?
We've loaded up the beer on the cart. The cart started pushing the cart towards the construction area, and as you're pushing the cart towards the construction area, you look over. All four of you look over towards the fun house, and you see like two guys struggling with another guy, and they disappear into the fun house.
Right. So we are in pursuit.
We start racing over there.
All right. And that's where the beer starts to kind of bounce around in the cart a little bit. That'll be fun to open. But you get to the open mouth of the fun house, and it's the clown that's been made up to look like Halloween with cobwebs all over it and some plastic skeletons that have been hooked up onto the sides and whatnot. And as you look into the fun house, none of the lights are on. It's just that emergency lighting. So there's a little bit of lights and lots of shadow inside there.
Lewis, you brought your flashlight. Yeah.
Flashlight's out.
And I'm assuming you picked up the big mag flashlight that you got at the back of the
That's the
stage.
only one I got.
All right. Turn that flashlight on, and you guys head into the funhouse. So start heading in through the various rooms, and like you hear like some scuffling, and like some people further in. So you start making your way through. Like the first part is just like a bunch of like what is it? Dumb like boxing dummies that are just on pivots, and they're like going back and forth. They're like pushing you from left and right, trying to knock you over. You guys are having stumbling a lot, kind of falling over, giggling and laughing because of all the beer you've drunk. So you kind of roll your way through. And as you're getting up to the Hall of Mirrors, that's when an ear-piercing like screech, like somebody like ah, comes through.
Hey! What was that?
Shoot, I think it came from over there, right? Does it sound like a girl?
No, it sounds like a guy. Might be Banker, but it does sound further on. Do you guys
We're
push
we're
on
committed,
slowly?
man.
Do you want to rush ahead?
Yeah.
Oh no, we
that?
totally rush ahead.
Rush ahead.
That
Okay.
jerk face. That jerk face is doing something. Let's go find out.
Yeah, he's hurting Banker. We can't have that.
Hey!
All right. As we've come up to the Hall of Mirrors, these things are intentionally designed to give off various images and kind of throw you all, and then also you guys have been having more than a couple of beers. So what I'm going to need each one of you to try one roll to try to make it through, and you're going to bounce off various glasses, but just like to not hurt yourself or not fall over yourself, twist an ankle. I'd ask for one roll. So there's a 10, a 26, 10, 26, 88. And do we have one more? Yep, there's 1d90.
Oh, I gotta do one. Always forget part of it.
So you guys are kind of bouncing off and face flatting into a couple of oh, not this way. Bounce off and kind of roll.
Wait.
Oh. But we do have our first repeat. So it's only the first repeat. It's only one hit point. But Jonny, he just pushing that cart as fast as he can, just like I'm just gonna barrel through it, and actually ends up pushing the cart into one of the mirrors, breaks the mirror, and gets a cut on his arm. So he's now got a cut on his arm, and it's starting to bleed a little bit from from the mirror that he broke, and starting to bleed a little bit over top of the beer cases. Jonny, party foul.
Man,
The
what
beer.
You're gonna fuck up the beer.
Oh, dude, hold on a second. I always carry a hanky with me, so here, I got you.
All right, yeah. He's drunk. He don't know any better.
Yeah.
We're still
My
concerned
hanky,
about
bandana.
new. Still
Bandanas are manly and hankies are girly.
keep going back to the
New
scream,
bringing the-
right? The scream is the thing.
Yeah, I knew bringing this fish along was going to be bad
Oh, yeah,
news.
Well, wasn't my idea.
So Eric, you pull out your bandana, wrap it around, pull it kind of tight. It's not too deep. It's just deep enough so it actually bleeds a little bit. So that bandana will probably staunch it for now. You start to, it gets a little bit wet, but it's relatively stops. It doesn't continue. The bandana doesn't continue to get wet. Just gets a little bit of blood there. Right the cart, pull it out of the mirror, throw the beers back on, and you guys charge your way through the Hall of Mirrors, make it out, and as you're making it out, that's when you see the back door to the fun house is just swinging closed.
Hey! Run up to the door and try and catch it before it closes.
Sure, you run up to the door. Just as it closes, it's one of those emergency doors though. It does close. You hear it close, but you immediately just bang it and throw it back open, and then you see two guys carrying something big and heavy, and they are just full sprinting towards the area that's under construction.
Hey, jerkface!
Let's speed after him. Is that Banker?
All right.
I feel like we'd recognize
A little hard to tell. If you'd like to be, you could roll. If you'd like to roll to be certain,
I would love
I'd let you do that.
to be certain or not.
All right.
That it is banker. Absolutely.
I would only ask for one roll to be certain.
The odds of this crashing.
So Lewis is the first was right behind. Lewis is right behind Jason. Takes a look. Yep, and sure enough, you recognize that's Banker. You see that his chest is breathing. You do see him breathing because you got a good look at him. You do see his chest breathing or whatnot, but his head is kind of lolled to the side. And yeah, they're carrying him, and they carry him right into that construction area, like through one of the chain link fences.
Yell his name. Banks, we got you. We're coming after you. And are we moving faster than these guys are? Because I feel like we would be moving faster than people dragging a body. Just saying.
But I'm dragging the beer.
Well,
There's two of them carry him. You were slowed down a little bit by the Hall of Mirrors, but you made it through. You guys could start heading over to the construction site. Let me scroll down through my notes right quick. As you're starting to, you see those guys cut into the construction area, and as you start getting up to the gate of the chain link fence, you start hearing more sounds and like more shuffling and more people on the other side of the fence. Do you just barrel around the corner, or?
I barrel through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're committed. We're upset.
All right.
I'm upset.
Yes.
I understand. You guys barrel around the corner, and as you kind of push aside the gate right quick, and as you get there, there's the construction area. There's like some tarps and another chain link fence, and they're running up to the chain link fence, and you see like one person, a third person that you haven't seen before. He's undoing the lock and like ushering them in. And you guys come around the corner and say, "Hey, wait!" And you start rushing forward. And as you're rushing forward, the third guy like ushers them in, slams it back, and he pulls out a baseball bat like he's going to stand off all four of you guys.
Okay, so at this point, since I'm kind of back with the new kid and the beer,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to grab a couple of beers, sitting down my full one, and I'm going to do just like Coach taught me. And I want to just get back and chuck that thing at him, because I'm trying to be our third string quarterback, so I'm terrible at this.
Sure. So, are you
But I've
intending
been practicing.
I understand. Are you intending to just try to distract him by throwing a beer at him, or are you trying to like injure him with throwing the beer at him, or are you trying to kill him by throwing the beer at him?
I definitely want to hit him with it. Yeah, I'm aiming at his face.
Break his
Yeah.
nose.
I'm aiming at his face.
Okay. So you're trying to disable him, like not just distract him. You're trying to disable him, but you're not necessarily trying to to take him out to really take him out. Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh yeah. I don't kill
Okay.
people, but
All right.
That'd be crazy.
If you want to have the
He's got-
perfect tight spiral and like clock this guy like right on the temple or right across the nose to kind of put him down and out, I would ask for 3 rolls, because that's a beer can, not very proficient in beer can use. So we see Eric. He goes, "Hey, asshole!" We see his hand dive into the case, pull out a perfectly good undented Slits can, releases it, and we just see the camera focus in on this tight spiral, and we see it
In
I wanna
slow-mo
see
with
what happens if I
montage
roll.
music.
slow motion as it's coming forward, waiting for those rolls to come in.
With the montage music.
Okay,
We have
43
59
and 54.
and 54. All right.
He pulls back. He's ready. He lets it go.
Yep. This tight spiral comes right. We see it. He even swings at it with the bat, but just like misses. And how does this, Eric? Tell me how this beer can puts him out. Like, how does it disable him?
Okay, so it hits him like square upside the head, but because they're so shooken up from us chasing them and the donuts in the parking lot, it hits him upside the head and then just explodes all in his face. So like he's got it in his eyes and like his face is now sticky and yeah. So not only does he maybe have a mild concussion, but he's also like got a face full of foam.
Bad guys hate that.
Yep. So you guys, takes it right to the side of the face. Foam all. Like he's like he's like trying to wipe it out of his eyes and like drops the baseball bat. Like he swung. So he's falling over. He's on his knees, like wiping at his face, and you guys rush up and you can like surround him and put your hands on him.
I want to grab the bat.
Grab the bat. So you grab the bat.
Oh, you see that? That was awesome. I'm totally gonna be on the team next year. I got this. Oh, dude, who the fuck are you?
Get the flashlight on his face.
And you said he's on his knees, holding his face?
Yeah, he's groggy, kind of like disoriented, like on his knees, like one hand on the ground, his other hand's like trying to wipe the beer out of his face. His eyes are stinging, he's groaning.
What happened to the other?
Standing to the side, I want to kick him as hard as I can, so my foot will come up into his breadbasket, and I just want to just knock all the wind out of him and have him go knock unconscious.
Sure. You hear that, and he just kind of like roll, like, just kind of. He's not quite. You don't quite get him unconscious, but he is just sitting like.
Did he piss himself?
No, not quite that bad. If you'd like to roll, I'll let him piss himself. If you'd like to make a roll.
What happened to the other guys?
But otherwise he pretty he just kind of rolls over. He's just kind of groaning there.
69.
All right.
Dude.
Yep. You see that slowly it starts slow, but then it just kind of picks up speed and just kind of starts spreading down one of his legs, and he is all the way on, and he just kind of groans a little bit more, and then just slumps into unconsciousness. You can still see his chest moving just barely, but he's got foam in his eyes, a big circle dent on the side of his head, and his pants are slowly starting to spread as his bladder relaxes.
So he was one of these guys that was dragging Banker? Is that right?
No, this was the third guy that was unlocking the gate.
Got it. And so those guys then, I kind of missed that. They went through the gate.
They got in. We still gotta go get them.
Let's do it, baby.
Check
What
the
the
guy to
hell's
see if
going
there's
on?
a key.
Are these guys uniformed in some way? You said they were wearing black, or like patches, or anything?
Yeah. No, he's just wearing just a plain, nondescript black T-shirt, pair of blue jeans, pair of wet blue jeans now, just like some regular old white tennis shoes, like pretty nondescript black hat.
Got a keychain on his, so I don't have to dig in his pocket.
Yeah, unfortunately, you do have to dig in his pocket, but it's not a wet pocket. It's the pocket that was on the.
Okay.
I was facing up.
Of course, I'm assuming, like I said, as one guy calls me, the fish is going to dig for the keys.
Damn right.
Sure. Well, fortunately, you start with the wet pocket and you look out. You do find a key ring in his pocket, in the dry pocket.
Okay. I try to unlock the lock that's there, whatever kind of lock it is.
Okay. So he's got a bunch of keys on there, and you're not quite sure which one of these locks it is. So it's either going to take, you can either take some time, so you can be sitting here trying multiple keys on, or if you'd like to get it on the first try, it asks for a roll. So you want to spend some time, or do you want
get it? I'm going to
expedite it?
try. I'm going to expedite it.
You got this, Rush.
Heck, I've already died. Oh. All right, here we go. All right. Okay. Yeah. Oh no.
All right.
We met it.
So
Then that.
we see Johnny reach down. He pulls out this set of keys, and it's got all these different keys. It's got skeleton keys on it, regular keys. Goes up to the padlock, takes a look at it, just says, "Well, how about this one?" Boom, gets it on the first one, and pops the lock right off, and opens up the gate.
Guys, I got it. Come on.
All right.
Oh, righteous.
And I'm still trying to grab the beer.
At this point, it's the beer's pretty well shaken. You know, some of the case boxes have kind of burst, and they're kind of rolling loose in the cart. The cart, it does kind of make noise. Do you want to keep bringing the cart with you, or
Unless they tell me
100%.
different, I will.
Frosh, ditch the
Unless
cart.
they tell me
It's holding
different,
us
I will.
back.
Yeah.
We got to come back this way. Just leave it here. We'll come back for it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna grab a couple just in case.
sure? They make excellent grenades.
I'm deadly with a Schlitz.
Jace, you cocked that guy cold, bro.
All right.
Shit was clutch.
Put a couple. Everybody who wants one can put a couple in their pockets or whatnot. You push the cart kind of out of the way, like behind a box or something, so no one else will find it. And you start heading into this construction area. As you start heading in, you're seeing all the things that you would expect to kind of see in a construction area. Like there's a forklift over there. There's a pallet. There's like a pile of bricks over here. Like some sandbags. You know, all the kind of things that you would expect to see. And there's like starting to be scaffolding, like in the, few 10, 20 feet in front of you. You start seeing the scaffolding that's being put in place for the various roller coaster. Now this roller coaster it's going to go up and then it's going to go down into a cave. So as you guys are coming in, you're coming in probably about where people would get onto the rides. You're starting to see the support structures or whatnot. So over to the left is the construction for the cave, and then over to the right is like the rest of the above ground construction. So which direction you guys want to head?
To the left.
Well, do we have an indication
They
of where
went to that cave, I bet.
We lost sight of it.
Twice or anything?
Yeah, you lost sight of them because you were busy beating the snot and having somebody wet their pants.
If you were trying to run away and hide, wouldn't you go into the cave?
Obviously, you go into the cave, man.
Depends on where my lair was.
Why would your lair not be in a
Hey,
cave?
everybody, shh. Listen. I listen. Do we hear scuffling or doors shutting or?
Do we smell something? Listen. Do you
Sure.
smell something?
You start to head over towards the left, and Lewis is like, shush, everybody quiet. So you're quiet for a moment, and yeah, as you start to listen, yeah, you do think you hear like some voices or something coming up through the tunnel that leads down. Like it leads down for like a good
Guys, this
20
is
or 30 feet before turning. Yep. Guys just start heading that direction?
Yep.
All right. Are you proceeding cautiously or just kind of tearing? Have had a couple of beers. So you're just kind of tearing straight forward?
Dude,
I don't think there's anything about this group that's
we're,
cautious.
Not anymore.
it's all out. I
You're
mean,
drinking enough to get out there.
we're doing all we can just keep up with them somehow.
I understand. I'm just going to
There's
ask.
There's no
Always-
roller coaster car we could ride into there, is there?
There's not a roller coaster car, but you do see a wheelbarrow over to the side.
Why didn't you say so?
Yeah. That's
Dude,
not gonna.
Jason,
That's not
get in
gonna.
the wheelbarrow. Oh my god,
That's
that would
not
have been perfect for the beer.
Let's just go.
All right. You guys continue to barrel forward down the. You start going down now. You start going down the tunnel. It starts going down. Looks like it goes down 20 or 30 feet before it kind of curves back to the right. And you're starting to see like a little bit of like light or something at the end of the tunnel. So this area isn't, this is a construction area. You guys are kind of running down a tunnel. So I'm going to ask for one roll from everybody to not trip or fall, like step on a nail or anything like that, since you guys aren't proceeding with
That was
caution.
close. What's the lighting situation here in the tunnel?
You have your flashlight.
Flashlight. Yeah, but I mean, is it black
You
other
have-
than the
yeah.
flashlight?
I mean, it's not black. There's starlight, so there's not like a lot
Yeah,
of
but
light.
like in the tunnel.
But it's mostly that flashlight. You guys are at kind of at the start of the tunnel, so there is still like some moonlight and some starlight that's coming into the tunnel. Let's see here. It's 64.
Didn't have a lot of numbers.
I think I got everything. 64,
Everyone could
52.
stop rolling 70. That would be great.
20, and did I miss it? Is there someone else? 64,
79 up there.
50. Yeah, 79.
79.
20,
Okay, there it was.
52, 64.
I
Right.
thought 79 was for was a previous one, but it was the 80.
Nope.
They're just real close. All right. So yep, you guys we start Eric all like starts to step on a nail, and then like, oh, don't step on that nail. And then somebody else like trips over a couple of bricks, but just kind of like tucks and rolls back up. Lewis starts to like, he like hits like a couple of brooms or something, like a couple of like shovels. I'm sorry, shovels. Like shoulder checks a couple of shovels, and they fall off to the side. But you all make it down the ramp pretty successfully, and as it starts to get darker and the tunnel starts to turn towards the right.
Hold up.
Go ahead.
Did you say broom? Did I hear broom?
I did say broom. I meant shovel.
Okay, shovel. Even better. Great. Grabbing that shovel, tossing it to Jace.
Okay, gonna toss. Okay,
big tough guy.
toss the shovel over to Jace.
Or actually, first eyes I meet.
Jason's got a
Jason has a bat.
right.
Well,
That's what I was gonna
screw
say.
that. Tossing it to you, man. Anybody who reaches their hands out, boom, shovel.
All right, so we have Jason on bat, and who's taking the shovel?
Whoever wants it.
Yeah, I think you should. I'll hand it over to Johnny. Johnny, you got it. I'm deadly with the Schlitz. So
Well, the thing is, even at this period in my life, I'm heavy into martial arts.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, so Johnny.
Lewis.
And inside my jacket that I said I had, and you agreed to, is a pair of Chucks.
Okay.
Oh man, you didn't bring the Uzi?
No! That's not a martial arts weapon.
I've seen the movies. I know it is.
Now,
right.
granted, I have now in my car, I got a crossbow, but this was earlier in my life, not now.
I still haven't seen that crossbow. You told me it was there.
Oh,
I still haven't seen that crossbow.
oh, you haven't seen it? You've heard about it?
So who's got the shovel?
All right.
Who's got the shovel?
You have the shovel,
Fine.
Lewis.
Boom. I got a shovel and a
shovel
flashlight.
is with you. All right.
No, I thought
So we
he
have-
took the shovel. One from Des Moines or whatever. I thought
Coda.
he took the shovel.
Coda.
No.
Negative.
No.
I'm deadly with Schlitz. I got a
He's
pocket
the
full of
beer
Schlitz.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right. Okay.
Eric's got that rocket arm. He's going to throw Schlitz everywhere.
All right.
So
Well,
we've
I got a couple of Schlitz for him, but
So we got a shovel and flashlight on Lewis. We've got several cans of beer on Eric. We've got a baseball bat on Jason and a pair of nunchucks on Johnny. Got it.
right.
Okay. All right. So you guys start going. You've successfully navigated your way. Nobody's rolled an ankle or stepped on any nails or anything. Make your way down there. Grab the shovel that you knocked over. That's what kept it from being quiet. You reached a hand out, grabbed it right quick before it fell over and made too much noise. You start getting the tunnel starts to turn a little bit towards the right as it's going down. You guys have probably gone down easily, 10, 15 feet down. And as it starts to turn to the right and things are starting to get darker, you're starting to see light come from around. You're starting to see that glow of light come from around the corner and starting to hear voices.
Let's slow up and approach it at a walk.
Okay.
Sounds like there's more than two guys over there.
The frag's going on down here.
Do you all want to proceed together, or do you want to send someone to scout ahead?
Frosh.
Or
Check it out.
Well, I am kind of
Frosh.
sneaky.
send the fish?
Send the ninja fish.
Yeah, he'll walk up there, or slowly, very stealthily.
All right, Johnny, you walk up. You walk up as it slowly starts to turn, kind of hugging the wall, kind of keeping, trying to keep your shadow against the wall, kind of keep your profile down. You're kind of walking hunched down a little bit, and
Like
you're
I said, he is drunk, so I mean,
right. Well, yeah.
he's brave. He's brave.
You keep kind of hitting your shoulder against the wall and kind of wobbling a little bit, and then you walk a little further, then hit your shoulder and kind of wobble a little bit. But you make your way down, and as you're coming around that corner, you start to see. As it turns, it looks like there's kind of like a walkway, and this walkway goes in a big circular ring, and it's at regular intervals, like someone has carved out like arches, and on the back sides of these arches are torches that are both on the inside of this walkway and on the outside. And the walkway makes this big, like 30-foot diameter. Wanted to get the right word. Like a 30-foot diameter circle around a pit. So do you want to like look over the edge and like see what's down there?
Yeah, without being really obvious and being out in the open. Yes, I will
Sure.
look.
Sure. So there are several people down. You can hear some voices down there, and there's a lot more light like down in the pit. If you don't want to be seen, I'm going to ask for one roll.
I'll do it. What's
you
the
can
worst
just-
that could happen?
Or you can just be spotted.
No.
Well, you've already lost one hit point.
Yeah,
There's a
I
lot
know.
more, like,
Yeah, but this would be
It'll be
fun.
fine.
He's brave right now.
Sure.
Because he's been drinking.
Got that.
And he's not used to drinking. Yeah, that's it. He's got the liquor courage. All right.
So you kind of get down even further a little bit, kind of almost walking on hands and knees, get up towards the ledge. We start to see him kind of peek over the ledge, and as he peeks over the ledge, we see this 30-foot diameter, 70. Oh, you guys are awfully
Yeah.
close.
I know.
Seriously.
We're about to bingo on the 70s here pretty soon. Blacking it out.
There are an awful lot of those. All right. So you look over the edge, and as you look over the edge, this 30-foot diameter pit that's been dug, and again, it's got a walkway going around it with the regular arches that have been carved, torches on both the inside and the outside, so lighting up the pit. You look over and you see it more or less goes straight down, and then on the opposite side of this circle, of the opposite side of the pit, you see a staircase, which is probably where they've gone down, because you see where the staircase lets out 30 feet below. And then someone has dug like a pool at the bottom, like a circular pool that's about 20 feet in diameter. So there's like a 10-foot walkway around at the bottom. So bottom of the pit, 10-foot walkway, 20-foot diameter pool. But in the dead center of the pool is like a little platform. And there are people like standing along the edge of that 10-foot wide walkway. And then a couple of people look like they're swimming in the pool. And like somebody standing in the middle of that little platform.
How many people?
And he's like got his hands out like speaking to there's probably 1, 2, 3, about 15 people or so down here.
Do we see
About 5 of them.
like a obvious source of alcohol or drugs?
I think this is just Johnny, isn't it?
Well, for the time being, Johnny's the only one looking over the edge. You guys are waiting for him to
Does
come
Johnny
back.
see? I take my Johnny and I point
That's
him at the.
Well, it's funny you should ask that, because Johnny has his suspicions about what the park owner's doing down here. Johnny, do you remember your suspicions that
Yes.
you had with? Okay.
Oh, yes.
So you look down there, you see like some people are like, swimming around in the pool, and there's like one guy standing in the center, and he's like talking like, yes, come, let us gather together, standing there, and then there's like 5 guys standing on this 10-foot wide. So,
Are there
Looks-
girls or anything down there?
yeah, it looks like some of them are probably girls, but they're, they look like they're kind of dancing around. Some of them are swimming. One of the guys is standing in the middle.
Okay, once I see this,
Mhm.
I head back.
Sure.
Very slowly, cautiously,
Mhm.
and I get back to where they are, and I very softly, loudly, because I'm half drunk. You know what I'm saying? That kind of a loud whisper.
Yeah, you guys kind of huddle up a little bit so it doesn't carry too far.
Right.
You guys.
And I tell them what I see, down there. And I tell them that I have heard that the owner of this place is selling drugs. He's a drug dealer, major drug dealer, like a kingpin. Now, I've heard this. I was told by such and such who told such and such, who heard it from such and such, that they have a lot of drug parties down here in the park. And I think that's what's going on. Of course, he's only afraid.
There's a party going on down there?
Well, Johnny thinks so.
Dude, are there chicks?
I think I saw some chicks down there. Yeah, that's it. Fix your hair, everybody.
Look, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They beat up Banker. We got to go check this place out, get to the bottom of this.
Banker's probably a narc. Let's go down there and join the party.
Banker, a narc? What? No. You think?
Yeah.
Oh, well, damn. Well, we beamed that one dude. Oh, man.
He was a punk. Let's go. Come on, let's go join the party.
All right, let's check it out.
All right. Okay. So you guys go forward, and as you guys are coming around the corner, and you're kind of see this walkway all the way around a 30-foot pit. You get up to the edge. You kind of do you guys want to remain unseen? Because if you want to remain unseen, then I would ask the other three of you to make a roll, unless you might want, because there's a chance to be spotted here. So Johnny's already made his roll.
I want to peek just in case the girls are naked.
Peeking for naked girls.
I want to peek for naked girls.
Sure.
I think it makes
sense. But are you just like standing bold as brass out there?
It's one roll for the peak, one roll for the naked girls.
One roll. Yeah, if you want there to be naked girls.
Has this game turned into what was that, like 8-bit D&D? Not like classic.
Oh.
Have not seen.
If there's any girls there,
can I have a Mountain Dew?
Yeah, that one.
All right. So, Jason's being careful. He's hiding in the shadows, looking for Lewis if you want to remain unseen, or Eric if you want to remain unseen.
I think it makes sense initially to kind of check out, because I keep forgetting that we have not seen. I have not seen what he's.
There's a 69.
Of course, I'd fail at a 69.
Dude.
And a 47. Okay, 40. All right, so that is one hit on Eric, keeping track of. All right, so as you guys are all being very quiet, being very stealthy, and you all get up to the edge and you start looking over and you see what Johnny described. Yeah, there's like 5 people standing on that 10-foot edge around this 20-foot like swimming pool that's been dug in the bottom of this 30-foot pit, 30-foot diameter pit, and probably goes down about 15 feet or so. And one guy's standing in the middle on this platform, and he's like saying, "Yes, come." And right as you guys, you look over and you look down there and you see, and like, yep, sure enough, like the 5 people standing on the 10-foot wedge, they're all girls. And you start to see them, like, they're starting to unbutton their blouses and starting to take off their jackets. And right as they're doing that, Eric sneaks up a little forward. He wants to get a better look. And as he sneaks forward, a nail pierces one of the beer cans that he's been shaking up in his pocket, and just like shoots out, like starts spewing beer and makes a big pop, and just and you see all the girls like stop taking, and they all look up, and everybody points like, "There! Who's that? Get them!" And you see like the five girls that are around.
Eric.
They all start running up the stairs towards you guys.
No! We brought the beer! We brought the beer!
They were gonna show us their tits. Come on.
All right, so you see like a couple of people clamber out of the pool, a couple of guys. So there's about 6 or 7 people that start running up that staircase that's on the other side. So you got a little bit of time. There's like 6 or 7 people running up, and the guy in the middle of the platform is staring up and saying, "Get them!"
And so it seems like they have a hostile,
yes,
a posture.
They are rushing towards you. The guy in the middle is saying, "Get them." It would be a safe assumption that they are hostile.
All right. So I'll have the bat up and ready. I'm like, I'm gonna whack you, dude. Don't come near me. I'm gonna whack you.
So you're gonna wait for them to catch up? You guys are gonna wait here for all 6 of the 7 of those people to catch up? Because they're on the far side of the 30-foot pit. They got to go up the stairs and come around. So it's gonna take them a few minutes.
You got a
chance to run.
They are bringing, like weapons.
Are they armed?
Yeah.
You didn't see them armed, but there's 6 or 7 of them.
We could take these guys, and then the
Six
girls
or
would be left for
Totally
us.
take these guys.
Well, of the 6 or 7 people that are coming, 5 of them are girls. So
Oh, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't really want to hit a girl, but I mean,
I've seen this movie. It's pretty good.
I think I'm thinking. So I'm like whispering to the guys. I'm like, holy shit, they're gonna let's and I give a fearsome posture, right? Like we're gonna defend ourselves, when they come up, and I'm looking at the guys and sort of mentally, silently communicating. What are we? This is what we're gonna do, and or is this not what we're gonna do, or what are we gonna do?
it's time to stand and fight. All right.
I go into a stance.
Okay. So this is so think through this right quick. Okay. So 5 or 6 people are coming up. You see him kind of you can kind of see him slow. And you guys kind of square up. Eric's got his arm cocked back with a beer, and Lewis on a shovel and all that. So you're ready to fight. As those 6 or 7 people come around the corner, you notice that some of them are also carrying bats and shovels, and they are also prepared to fight. So so at this point they're getting close to you to where probably you could throw a can of beer, you could start to engage.
yeah.
I want to give you the
Hey, have a beer, and I'm gonna chuck one at the first guy that I see.
All right,
In the nards.
well,
Yeah,
the first thing
specifically.
the first thing I wanted to do is I wanted to offer you the chance to run. Does anybody have any intention to run, or do you want to stand and fight?
I think we're
Coach
doing
says I
I
gotta
don't
practice.
doing this.
Okay.
Coach says I gotta practice tackling people, so
I just want to ask so that you had your chance. So
This
everyone's
is Aaron's
planning
way of
to
saying,
stand and
well,
fight.
the game's going to be
Hey,
an hour and a half.
I'm just
instead
starting
of
to
4
learn my
hours.
taekwondo, so I'm badass.
No,
At least I
no.
think so.
Okay. So you guys, there's 4 of you, and you're a little drunk. You do have weapons. You do know how to defend yourself. So here's what I'm going to give you. For 1 roll each, you'll all be safely overwhelmed, because you're going to get overwhelmed at this point. You've passed the chance of escaping. So for 1 roll each, you can each be kind of safely taken and give a couple of black eyes, and give as good as you get. But they're going to surround you, and they're going to restrain you. If anyone would like to make more rolls than that, you might be able to injure some. But there isn't a number of rolls that you're going to be able to escape at this point, since you didn't flee.
What about just push him into the pit? That'll hurt him.
Sure. I mean, I need at least 1 roll for everyone to safely be
2
captured.
rolls, baby.
If you
2
want to
rolls for
make,
me.
if you
2
want to
rolls
make
for me.
2 rolls
okay.
for me.
2, okay. So
I guess 2 rolls for me. I'm drunk.
okay, if everyone makes 2 rolls, then someone will be able to. We'll push a couple of guys off, probably break one guy's arm, and actually for 6 rolls, I'll give you the opportunity of 1 person getting away. You guys think about that as the rolls come in, if someone wants to try to get away. So we got a 40.
Better get my numbers in here before they're all gone.
Well, it's a fair
15 and a
point.
50. 15 and a 50, a 40.
Uh-oh.
40 is a repeat.
Oh, somebody got a 70.
Uh-oh. Oh, 2 repeats in a row.
A 74.
That's like an insta-kill.
Here I go.
Oh, that's
Poor
Brad.
Lewis.
That's both of Brad's.
Man.
And then 8.
Okay, I think an 8's safe.
8 safe.
Let me do 1 more here.
2, 3, 4.
See, I put the roll command on my clipboard. I just have to right click and paste every time.
Beautiful.
So it goes fast for me.
Yeah, that's how I did it.
Oh, 89. I don't like that.
We had an 88.
Okay.
previously.
Okay, I think I made it. I think.
So that was a lot of rolls very quickly, and we definitely had some repeats. Someone went down
Brad.
in this fight.
Man.
74. Who was this? 74 and 40
He
were our
fights like
repeats.
his mother.
Okay. And then...
And I'm fighting his mom right now.
Okay, did everybody get 2...
Yeah, I did. I don't know if anybody else.
Oh, 15 and 50. Okay, I see that. Yeah, I see 2 from Eric. I see 2 from Lewis. Jason, am I missing yours?
20 and 40.
20 and 40. Okay.
Mine were
Got
the
'em
first 2 in this round.
Okay. So things do not go well. So you guys start to fight, and thank you for that line. You guys start to fight. Eric throws a beer, catches one guy like right in the face, and like knocks him off. It knocks him over the edge, and we just hear him, ah, and hear like a satisfying thump, and that gives you guys some encouragement. So you keep fighting. Like Jonny like does a couple of back and forths with a nunchuck, quack, breaks one guy's arm. Lewis charges forward with his shovel. He charges forward with his shovel, and then that's when the fight starts to turn. He comes after for some reason Lewis charges after the bigger guy, and he just squares up, waits for it, wraps his arm under that shovel, takes it, breaks it in half, and then just grabs the broken end, and with the head of the shovel just backhands Lewis, and we just hear a sickening clunk as his head as his neck cracks and breaks, and Lewis just slides lifeless, and we start to just see like blood slowly start to ooze out of like his ear. And as the shock kind of settles in, like, and then the guy who has the broken shovel just kind of like stabs it down into the ground and just breaks his knuckles.
Jesus.
And some of the fight is kind of taken out of you guys at that point. They put some hands on you.
Is that your second hit point, Brad?
Yeah.
He repeated twice.
Oh.
Yeah, the sickening crack.
Both of them at once.
Oh, man.
I know.
So I will get a new pool of numbers. All right, got a new pool of numbers.
I was going to say, mechanics question, that resets our pool, right?
That resets. So all numbers are now available. Okay. But
you can roll all the 70s you want.
Yep. As the camera kind of focuses on Lewis, we just kind of see Lewis, did you have any like last words or anything that you want to
when they got really close, I'm
Mhm.
curious if I noticed anything alarming about them that only I would recognize. Characteristics.
No. If you're referring to your previous adventures in your past, none of them look like they do a daily shave, if that's what you're asking.
All right. So not
So-
And his final, and just to be clear, Lewis's final words were not "Mom."
Yeah, what were Lewis's final words
Mother!
as this guy is about to backhand you with the
Something more like that.
shovel?
There would have been a
All right.
two-word version of mother something rather than mom, and it probably got cut off in the last.
The second
Mother
syllable.
clang.
Well, shoot.
All right. So as we see Lewis's head kind of twist and crack, the fight's kind of taken out of you guys. They kind of put their hands on you. You feel like some handcuffs go on each one of your wrists, and they start shoving you down this. Yep. They start shoving you down this way.
Shit.
They take you down down that way, and you can hear from inside the pit. This is why we come together. This is why we need to stand strong in our numbers. Bring them forward, coming from the pit. As you guys slowly make your way around this upper hallway, upper ledge, down through the stairways, and then you get to that 10-foot rim around the 20-foot diameter pool, and you see the guy standing in the middle of a little podium or what now. And now you see that the person in the middle is actually standing over Baker, and his body is lying on the middle of this little platform, this little 2 or 3 foot wide platform, and Baker isn't moving. And they escort you over there, and now you're able to see, it looks like this 20-foot pit with a little pedestal in the middle of it, and the girls or whatnot have got you. They're holding you, and as you get closer to the water,
so I know, do I recognize the guy standing in the middle as the guy that owns the park? Does it look like? Okay, all right.
No, it doesn't look like him. But what you do look into the pit, and you see that like 4 of the 5 of the people that are like swimming around in the pit are moving very slow. And now that you can get a good look at them, they don't look good. They've got a very bloated look to them, and all of them have their heads underwater, but there's no bubbles coming up. And Jason, it dawns on you, these guys that are walking around, they're not breathing, they're not bubbling, these are walking corpses. And
What the hell?
Your mind is immediately thrown back to your brother who drowned. So Jason, if you would like to not be a complete catatonic mess as you are faced with drowned zombies, I would like you to make 3 rolls. As we start to see, like, you can just start to see sweat pouring down Jason's face as he's like looking and staring into this pool. 61, 69, that's a lot of 60s. All right.
Starting a new pool.
Starting off strong. All right.
What is this?
So Jason, you look in there and you just see as these people they're not breathing and there's no air coming up, and like there's like bloated, skin sloughing off a little bit, like some bone poking through, and they're just slowly walking around. And the rest of you are seeing this as well. Like, yeah, the people that are in the pool just kind of like walking around, they're slowly walking counterclockwise around this pedestal that's in the middle, and they are obviously not breathing. They've got like pieces of scalp and hair that are thinning and like missing, like some of their hair is
like me.
Yeah, some of their hair is floating. Some of their hair is like floating in the water as they slowly start to kind of march clockwise. And Jason starts to like start breathing heavily and kind of but he stays up. Knees get a little weak. We see his shoulders kind of slump a little bit, but he keeps it together.
It'll be okay, Justin. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, Justin. It's gonna be okay.
And the person in the middle says, "Yes, come. It's so good. It is always good to have witnesses. We need witnesses. Who are you and why are you here?"
Tell me, my eyes are about this big around.
Speak up. Who are you?
Well, my name's Go Fuck Yourself, and I'm here for the party.
The big guy who backhanded Lewis just slaps you upside the back of the head. That corrective kind of like
the corrective type of non-roll hit in the head. Yes.
Right.
How many pulls would I have to do to break my own left thumb so that my left hand could get thin enough in order to slip through its cuff?
Yeah, that's some Jason Bourne shit right there.
Yeah. I'm assuming that you want to try to find a time to do this, like, on the down low, not have them notice that.
Right.
When you feel the time is right, I would ask you for 2 rolls, but probably not right now because you're like, there was like 6 of them. You took out like 2 of them, so yeah.
You tell me when is the right time,
yeah.
and I'll make my 2 rolls.
Sure, sounds good. So yeah, there's about 4 people holding the 3 of you, including the big guy. So, yep. So
The big
who
guy,
are you?
and then it's just
Speak up.
chicks.
Yeah, it's the big guy and like 3. Yeah, the big guy and three women.
And I'm really conflicted because, can we see through the women's shirts?
They hadn't gotten into the water yet. So unfortunately,
all right.
unfortunately for you guys, their shirts
Because
weren't
that
wet.
changes the dynamic. It just totally changes the.
It does. It does. Really conflicting here.
I'm
so,
glad
okay.
you guys are keeping your priorities straight. All right.
This was a horror game or a comedy game?
It's like a
comedy.
Sometimes
like
it's a little bit of both.
Porky's at a horror-filled amusement park, apparently. So.
Kind of roll with what happens. All right, so Eric takes this corrective slap upside the back of the head, like, who are... And then he asks from the middle again, tell me your names. Who are the witnesses that are going to see what we can bring forth tonight?
I'm Matt, and I'm with OSHA, and everything about this is out of regulation. And I'm here to shut you down or send you a stiff fine.
If you're OSHA, I'm a monkey's uncle. Well, the other two of you, who are you?
Justin.
As I'm sitting there with my hands behind my back, I'm like, I'm your worst enemy. I mean, his liquor is talking, of course.
Of course. The heir of youth. Put them down over there. We'll continue the ritual. And they, like, walk you over to a bench and, like, set you on top of this bench and, like, take out some chains, like, run chains through the loops of your arms and kind of like
trying to move and keep her from doing,
Yep. But there's like four or five of them.
I'm not saying they don't do it. Yeah. I'm just saying,
there's a little bit of a struggle. You like kick your head back and like break one of their noses, like, and they like he uses his elbow and just kind of like elbows you across the head, like kind of rings your bell a little bit. But
y'all hear that?
Yep. And then the big guy and one of the women stand on either end of the bench, kind of standing there, kind of guarding the three of you, as they've run this chain through your arms, and locked you down to this bench. Like, all right, let us start the ritual again. And so they all kind of spread out and start.
So as they're starting as people are kind of paying less attention to us, being the fashion design major that I am, I'm gonna like reach into my back pocket with my cuffed hands and see if I can't get to my emergency sewing kit that I keep with me at all times.
Okay. Cosplay repair kit.
And see if I can. Yeah. And see if I can't get like a needle or a bobby pin or something out of that and start like fiddling with the lock on my handcuffs.
Okay. So we already had Jason, who had prepared, is starting kind of to do the mental preparation to be able to break his own thumb to be able to get out. You're working with your emergency sewing kit to try to. So what I'd probably ask for 2 rolls from each of you to be successful. Jonny, did you want to do anything, or are you just kind of sit tight
to try to, see what I can, do or whatever? I'm not. So I'm waiting, yeah.
Yeah, waiting for an opportunity. Okay.
And I'm meditating.
Sure. So if the 2 of you want to make the 2 rolls, the guy in the center starts up a chant, and like this slow kind of methodical chant, Isudara, Isudara. So 25, 51, 25, 51. What were the other 2 rolls?
A 10 and a 45.
10:45.
10:45. Okay.
Twice. It's only 9:40 or 8:40. Oh.
All right. So they start standing around, and then the zombies that are in start walking in the pool, and you start to see the pool water start to rotate slowly counterclockwise. And Isararo Unna. Isararo Unna. And you start to see kind of a glow come around Banker's body. And at just about this time that Jason, you're able to like kind of just kind of grunt, and you feel that satisfying. Yep. But it's muffled under and Eric, you reach around, you get like a bobby pin, you end up like sticking yourself in the wrist a couple of times trying to so there's little jolts, and then but you start somehow you're able to just, maybe you studied, maybe you practiced this before, I don't know what you do in your bedroom. I'm not going to ask any questions, but you get in there with with a sewing needle, whatever, and you start to feel your cuffs loosen a little bit. So both of you guys have an opportunity.
I would like to try and grab whoever is guarding us near me and shove them right into the pool.
Okay.
I was just about to say same thing.
Same thing. Okay. You guys got a little bit of surprise on your side. So I'm going to ask for only 2 rolls. For 2 rolls each, you can grab the 2 people that are, get your hands free, throw them over. We got a 62 and a 71.
I'm good.
A 67 and a 70. Ooh, 70 was close. Okay. All right.
That was.
So
and yet another 60 is in there as well.
So we see Eric and Jason. Eric and Jason? Yes, Eric and Jason burst forward. Jason's hand and he just kind of like Jason kind of half trips, half kicks, half rolls the woman that was standing beside her. And Eric, you stand up right quick, hands free, and pull 2 beers, one out of each hand, and just clock the big guy. One beer can on each side, but since they're full, they don't crumple, they don't give, and he kind of like slumps to one knee, and you just push him into the water. And
I scream for Lewis while I do it. For Lewis!
The cry goes out for Lewis as he's gonged on both sides of the head. You push him into the water with the zombies that are starting to churn that water slowly, faster and faster, counterclockwise.
Maybe Lewis isn't really dead.
No, he's dead. He's dead.
Is there anybody
gone.
there I could
Oh,
possibly
gone.
roundhouse or whatever and kick in the water too?
Well, at this point, the 2 people that were on either side have been thrown into the water.
Right.
You're still you didn't do anything about your handcuffs, but
Right.
you guys could probably just like pick up the bench and run. Or what do you intend to do at this point?
I mean, Eric and I we're completely free now, right?
Your hand is your left hand is not as great.
Yeah, that thumb's on backwards right now. But
A little bit.
We're not chained to the bench anymore since they looped it through our arms, but now
Right.
our arms are out and
Right.
free.
So the 2 of you are free.
Jason
Jonny is still.
Jason is in complete soul survival mode and is bolting for the stairs to escape.
Okay, so Jason just rolls that woman into the water and just runs for the staircase. He's out of here. Eric, what are you doing?
Well, I got 2 beers in my hand, and there's this guy standing on a pedestal, and he's obviously in charge, so maybe if we take him out of the game, like the rest of us can get the fuck out of here. So I'm going to do what I do, and we're going to do what Coach said, and laces out. So.
Okay. Kind of the same thing as before. If you just want to distract him, if you just kind of want to maybe like try to knock him over into the water, I'd only ask for 1 pull. If you want to like knock him unconscious, I'd ask for 3.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to outright just beat him and take him out completely, I'd ask for 5.
Oh.
Ooh, that's 5.
Yeah, you can do it. It's
That'll be
early.
easy.
This is an early pool. This is an early pool.
I think we should just go for 5. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
go for 5.
Do
Yeah,
it.
there's only 11
Right in the
numbers.
nose. Break one of those nose bones that goes right up into his brain and have him kill him.
All right. So
All right,
Eric
here we go. 5 rolls.
lines up. We see him kind of like does a little bit of the point and called shot. We got 67.
70.
Oh, 67 is
Oh.
67 and 70 are both repeats.
There's no 67.
No.
in there.
Oh,
It's
no.
the 5D90
All right.
down
Sorry.
below.
Right,
No,
78,
but the 47, I think, is a
Got it.
repeat.
56, 15, 33, 47. 47 is not a repeat. 47
Oh,
must have been
good.
in a previous. All right.
There's a 45.
You did it.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yep, you did it. So, how do you completely kill this guy in the middle, orchestrating this chant with 2 beer cans?
So the first beer can, kind of like similar to the first one, like clocks him upside the head.
Mhm.
So that
There's
it like
also-
explodes all over the place, And
You also have access to zombies, so if you'd like the zombies to help.
Right.
I have a great description.
Go.
You know what? Go for it.
He's gonna hand it over to you, John.
All right. Well, so your first one clocked him in the head, right? And
Yeah.
then he went. His reflex was to go, ah, as he tipped his head back and opened up his mouth. The second can comes in and lodges into his upper teeth. That makes the can explode.
Oh my God, he
and
drowned.
having that can explode right there at his lower jaw, it blows his entire lower jaw off. And so half his tongue tears away, or half his throat tears away, and his tongue is lolling out, and it's torn a major artery, and he's just bleeding like profusely down his chest with his jaw just dangling from just strips of skin.
So, have you seen the same picture that I have of that?
No.
So they make you, or made us, when I joined the army, look at what happens when you put a blasting cap in your mouth, and it's exactly what the dude survived, but it's exactly what you just described. He blew off his entire, like, bottom, and oh my God, it was disgusting.
Now I'm sad.
I'll find the picture and send it to you guys, because I know you're curious now.
Yes.
I don't
All right.
remember that for my tour duty.
Well, yeah. Well, he does. Yeah. So we start to see just the front of his shirt just go completely wet and dark as the blood is just pouring out in buckets, like not even like just kind of gulping out of his open throat, and his tongue is kind of wet. And he goes to a knee and like reaches down. We actually see him reach down into the water, and he like starts to and the water is churning counterclockwise, and he starts to throw the water up into his torn out throat. And as he does that, instead of it being pink and red, we start to see it literally bubble and go black, and the black starts to spread over his skin, and then that blood turns black, and the black blood seeps its way into the water, and we start to see the black ichor start to trail and stream through the water as it's turning counterclockwise. Eric, at this point, are you gonna start heading up the stairs or break Jonny out of the bench?
I'm like, guys.
Yeah.
I think we have just enough of a distraction that we can try to get him out. Yeah. So we'll do that.
Okay. All right. So if you want to try to break the bench and like get Jonny out right quick, I would ask for 2 rolls for someone to just break the bench right quick and get him out. There were 2 other people. There were 2 other women that had like captured you guys, and they're like kind of like gassed. They're looking at you, and they're looking at the guy in the center, and he's like splashing this water, and it's just turning black, and the black is just starting to pour into the water as it goes counterclockwise and spread and fill that pool.
Chance I could break that bench with the like my key or what, you know.
To break you out of there, I'm going to ask for 2 rolls from someone. Whoever'd like to roll 2 rolls. Just someone.
I'll do it. I'll do it. This is for me. In other words, I'm going to break it with my fist, more or less.
So we see,
Okay.
Yeah, we see Jonny, like, maybe he stands up. Yes, Jonny, like, stands up and, like, takes a couple of steps forward in all this commotion. He's about ready to, like, launch himself backwards against the wall to try to break the bench against the wall to break it open.
Okay, here we go. And I can just put, like, 2D, right?
Yes, and that'll roll 2 of them.
Okay.
And so, as the water starts to... The
Here
water
goes.
that was going slowly counterclockwise is now starting to unnaturally spin faster. And we're starting to see that spin 6 and 54. 6 and 54. Okay. So while he's throwing that beer can and the throat explodes and the other woman is rolled into the water, you stand up and like rush backwards towards the wall and like break the bench against the wall. We hear you get some cuts on your arm, like just some minor cuts on. Oh goodness.
Okay.
Some minor cuts on your arm.
Holy shit.
And the bench the bench breaks enough to where you can get, so your arms are still handcuffed behind your back, and
I didn't
But you
want
are
to see
free.
that.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that.
And you're
I deleted it.
and now you're free of the bench, but your hands are cuffed behind you. So, for those of you that did see that picture, so yeah, but instead of the red is being replaced by black, and this guy, he's continuing to splash the water up into his, and it's as he splashes handfuls of water, the water is turning black, and the water is now supernaturally starting to speed up, and we're starting.
Running.
The zombies are starting to be lifted off their feet. They're just being carried as this water is just starting to become like an actual whirlpool,
I'm following
spinning
these
and
guys
turning
out
black.
with my hands still behind my back.
Yep. So everybody headed out.
Yeah.
This is about the point where Jason is taking off. Eric, you watched him do that. Are you following them?
Oh yeah. We're
All right,
getting
everybody.
the hell out of here.
All right, everybody heading up the stairs. You run up the stairs, and as you're starting to make your way along the ledge that goes around the top of that pit, you start to look down, and that water is just continuing to accelerate, and now it's starting to lift vertically out of the swimming pool. And it's just this black churning water, and you can see the zombies are starting to be torn apart. So they're not even together anymore. So it's just an arm or a leg or a head or a torso, and the water is just slowly, like one foot at a time, starting to lift up and out in this big vortex of water as it lifts up and out of the pool. And you guys run up and out of the construction zone. So you guys are starting to head back up the carved tunnel. What are your intentions now?
Nearest exit to get the hell out of this park.
Yeah, this is an active construction zone. I'm wondering if there's any explosives, like a crate of explosives that we could put into the wheelbarrow and, ignite and shove down so it rolls down, but, maybe it can, bring the whole house down in there.
Okay. I hadn't. So, let me think about that for a moment. So normally the construction.
Actually, I know that my dad keeps explosives on hand for stuff like this, and he was in charge of this, kind of.
For zombie emergencies, yeah, exactly.
for zombie emergency. Well, here's the situation I find myself in. We're getting close to the end. And because I hadn't necessarily intended for you guys to go straight to the construction zone, so you guys kind of went straight through and skipped a couple of. So, if you would like, we can certainly kind of wrap this up with. I feel a little bit bad about wrapping it up a little bit early, but I'm a little bit out of.
No.
A little bit out of
It's all good. 2 hours of material is
starting
good.
to get close. Starting to get to the end of what I've got planned. We're not quite to the end, but we're getting pretty close. Just so you know. All right. So if you want there to be some explosion, some what kind of explosives are we talking about? Like some dynamite?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me think for just a minute. For whoever would like to do it, for a total of 6 rolls, I will let you guys just you can just have free narration of how this dynamite is used to stop this ritual and just like blow up whoever's left at the bottom. So if you guys would like to make 6 more rolls, you can split it up however you'd like.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll give you guys free narration.
You want to do 3 and 3?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And I will remind you.
Fortunately, I'm running for the nearest exit. That's what this boy's doing.
I've already got it.
You should grab Lewis on your way out and stick him on the cart with a beer. That's where he'd want to be.
Oh, I saw a 54.
Yeah, there's a 54.
And a 77. I might have 2 doubles in here.
77 is not. So, okay. Let me see here.
54 though.
11. 11 is good.
Clear, yeah.
77 is clear.
69.
So John,
69.
69's back. I think
69 is.
We're clear of that though. If I'm not
11,
mistaken.
77. Okay, and then 69 is another hit. 23.
Oh, is it?
Yep, and 27. And And if I'm not mistaken, Eric, that is your second hit.
That is my second hit. The first one was them finding me at the top of the stairs thing.
All right. So you do find some dynamite. How were you intending to use this? Tell me a little bit how you were intending to use this dynamite to end what was going on.
Put it in that wheelbarrow,
Mm-hmm.
and then we needed to get that wheelbarrow as deep as we can into the tunnel,
Mm-hmm.
and then set it off.
Okay. So you pile it up. You run over to Lewis's body. Grab Lewis's body. Sorry, Lewis. You rip off his shirt. Pull some strips off of his shirt in order to make like a wick. So somebody's twisting together. One person's twisting together the wick to make a wick out of it. You make a quick wick out of like a strip of Lewis's shirt. Pile the dynamite in there. Lay the wick in there against connect 3 or 4 of the dynamite, and then Eric grabs hold of it. It's like, I can do it. Grabs it, and he goes to push the wheelbarrow over the edge while lighting the somebody catches the shirt on fire, so the shirt's burning. And as you're pushing this wheelbarrow full of dynamite towards the water as it's starting to lift up, we see coming around the counterclockwise edge, out flies one of these zombies, these zombie bodies, just like the torso and one arm, and it reaches out, wraps its arm around Eric, and just bites him full on the face. And we just see him and Eric, the zombie is he's biting him on and trying to push him away, and it's just slowly chewing and chewing. Eric falls forward into the wheelbarrow, goes over the edge, and then a couple of seconds later, boom, and we see just water and bits and parts and everything, and the walls, we start to see the walls shake and rubble. And let's see, so now we have Jonny and Jason. Are you guys just booking it out?
Yeah.
All right.
I was on the edge of the blast, and I got rolled and tossed in the blast, and so that completely broke my left arm now, not just the thumb. So that was my hit point injury, and so yeah, we're trying to race out of here.
All right. So you guys just you see that you're standing there, you see Eric. He's in the heroic pose. He's going to push. The zombie comes out, starts chewing, falls into the wheelbarrow, and we just see this epic. He's trying to push the zombie, and we slowly, laying on the back of this dynamite, and then we see the fire that was crawling up the shirt start to light Eric's pants. So now Eric's pants are on fire, and it just lights more of the dynamite going over the edge. Shower of explosion. Jonny
you
and
want
Jason,
me to roll to stay on my feet?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Jonny and Jason, you guys run up. Are you heading towards the front of the park?
Yes.
Yes.
As fast as I can get there. Nearest exit.
Yep. You guys run towards the front of the park. You can you start to see, looking back over the construction zone, you can kind of start to see some dancing lights. It looks like maybe there's a fire or something has caught fire back in the construction area. You guys make it to the front of the gates, and there's 4 or 5 cars out in the parking lot. You probably recognize a few of them.
Still. No, just.
I'm assuming you guys drove yourselves, so did you head out to your cars, or?
Yeah, I'm my arm is busted up. I'm gonna try and get to my car and get to a hospital.
All right.
So we just get out of the park, and they're gonna find me in the morning going. There's always got to be that one person that they find the next morning, and he's just out of his mind. Because I have seen some stuff tonight that a freshman should never see.
I do apologize. I had one scene that I kind of skipped, went just a tiny bit too far. So as you're coming up to the front of the gate, you see the front entrance, the ticket booths and everything. You're coming up on the inside of the park, coming up to those, so the back side of the ticket booths.
Right.
And as you're coming up to those, you see coming up the long driveway into the parking lot, you see like you see two cop cars with like the lights and the sirens go, not sirens, but like the lights going, and they're pulling up, speeding up the driveway and coming into the parking lot. And you see them kind of pull up, and you're like, oh, excellent. So you're just, you're running, and just as you get up to the back of the ticket booths, you're about to go through like the front main entrance gate. They've hopped out, and they're like, they're like shining their flashlights around. And as they're shining their flashlights around, off from the side, like from a groundskeeping section. So like there's a gate for like groundspeople to like move bigger trucks or deliveries like to the food court. There's like a groundskeeper or like a backstage access. And as you guys are coming up to the back of the ticket booth, from that gate access, you see like two looks like college kids, like two college kids like run out from that gated entrance, and they're like, help, 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 and they're running right up to the cops. They're like, okay, this way, over here. And then do you guys slow up a little bit?
No control over what I'm doing. I'm just running.
Yeah, I'm in pain. I need to get to a hospital, even if I have to take myself. So if the cops are going to go that way, I'm still going to go to my car. Okay.
So you guys start to run. You guys start to run outside through the gates, and you see these two college kids run towards the police officers, and the police officers are like, this way, hey, what? They're like, help, save us, and they run, they run over to the police, and as they're running to the police, you see three of those guys that were dressed in like the black hats and the black shirt and the blue jeans, like also come out of that gate for that groundskeeping access, and they're like chasing them, and the cops like pull their guns and go, stop, freeze right there, and those three guys like put their hands up and freeze for a moment. What do you guys do? There's like three cops, and they've got three guns on three guys dressed in black.
Run away.
I'm still running. Like I said, I've lost all rationale.
Sure. Yeah, are you running towards the cops and towards the cars? Or are you running
toward my car or whatever that's out there? But when they find me in the morning, they're going to, like I said.
Yeah, I don't want to be running across the field of fire. So if I have to circle around a certain way, that's what I'll do. But I want to get past the cops, get to my car so I can leave.
Okay, so you guys are running to your cars. That's didn't know if you were running towards the cops or running
no.
Yep, just needed to know where you're running. All right.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just running.
Right. So the two college kids like run towards the cops, and they get like behind the cop cars, behind their doors. They fanned out their doors so they can use their doors as like shields or whatever. They draw their weapons. They tell the three guys in black to stop right there, and as they do that, the two college kids produce knives and slit two of the throats of the cop, and we just see them. We see them go down. So those two college, and then they turn, and then both of them like dogpile onto the third one, and the third one, blam, 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 and the three guys that had their hands up, they rush forward. If you guys want to try to, I'm assuming you want to just get in your cars and just pull away.
Run away.
Well, I'm getting to my car, and then I'm like getting down behind it, and I'm like I said, I'm just gibberish.
Sure.
I have totally lost all sense of sanity.
Pain-filled adrenaline is getting me to my car to a hospital.
I understand, but are you gonna like both pile into one car, or each one of you pile into your own cars, or
screw the fish? I'm going to my car.
Gotcha.
Right,
and away I go.
We've got a brand new number pool because we just recently had someone go down. So give me 3 rolls each. 3 rolls each to kind of like just get your keys in your car, get your car open, get it started, and get away. I'm not expecting anything. 85, 27.
Okay.
There was a reset
and
since
52.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So wait a minute. Oh wait, go back.
So
okay. I gotta do.
Jason,
that?
yeah.
You said with 2?
3.
3.
So Jason, even with your hand, you like kind of slam, kind of you're half leaning on your car door, like you start to get your keys out, you drop them reach down, like you drop them, but you like catch them halfway, and then like get them in, fall into your car, turn it, the engine revs, put it into gear, and one of the guys in black like stands in front of your car, and he's like got a baseball bat, and he's gonna hits the hood of your car, and you just hit the accelerator and just drive over this guy. And then we had a 16, a 3, and a 74. I didn't expect any repeats. All right, and Jonny,
hiding under my car is what I'm doing, basically.
What's that?
I'm like trying to, with my hands behind me, I'm trying to scramble under my car side,
Get under the car.
Oh, that's right. You're still in handcuffs.
Yeah, he's still handcuffed.
Yeah.
Okay. That's gonna make it difficult to drive your own car.
I'm not driving. I'm just trying to hide.
He just wants
you're trying to hide. Okay.
Yep. I'm just trying to hide.
Okay.
In other words,
Now
I totally lost my mind, is what it amounts to.
Now it makes a little more sense. I was like, oh yeah, how are you going to drive? Okay.
No, I'm not driving nothing. And I was in front of him, so I don't know exactly where he went.
He went to his car, and
Well, I know, but I didn't know that.
Ran over a man in black, and he's so yeah, John, you're making Jason is making his driving as best as he can, one-handed, pulling through.
Hey, Luke's, here I come.
Yep. Jonny, you like fish you like somehow like get your do this twist, get the keys out of your car, roll into your car, close, and you just quiet, trying to be quiet as you can in the back seat, and you just like you hear gunfire and you hear like some brawling and like and eventually it kind of like all dies down, and then you start seeing like some flashlights like searching through the parking lot trying to see like, did you see it? I thought I saw it. Look around. Oh, we better head. Uh-oh. We better. It's a fire. It's on. We're out of here. And so you hear 4 or 5 people like get it. Are you just continue to duck down? You're not looking. Just
yeah. I'm just ducked down. I'm like I said, or actually behind my back. But I'm like, I am. When they find me in the morning in my car, I'm not going to be able to tell them anything.
All right.
I am totally out of it. I've lost my mind. Is what my so I didn't survive per se.
Did you have anything to drink last night?
You technically. There's a technical category. You technically survived. All right. So at this point we've kind of reached we've reached the end. So after the fire starts to pick up inside the construction zone, like EMS and fire crews start showing up. They start looking, and eventually someone shines a flashlight inside of Jonny's car and finds Jonny just kind of like huddled up in a little corner with his hands. So we see like some paramedics take Jonny out and like take the handcuffs off of him, and that's when kind of like the camera pans back, and we just start to see like the construction and like the beams of the roller coaster start to slowly kind of fold in on itself, and the fires start to consume, but as the fire is starting to build, there's just like one final puff of black smoke that kind of goes up, and it's just this perfect mushroom cloud of black smoke as it goes up and kind of dissipates on the wind, and that is
over a nearby graveyard.
And slowly flows over to a nearby
It was one of
graveyard.
Eric's beer farts.
So that is going to bring us to the end of Scream Park. We have had 2 individuals, Jonny Blaze and Jason Pierson, have survived. So what I like to do...
No, I call that survival, but...
Well, that's when we come to the end. And so I would like both of you to give us a little bit of an epilogue. How does Jonny and Jason kind of handle what happens to them in like the next 5 to 10 years? Give us an epilogue for these 2 characters.
Spent most of my time in and out of psycho wards. I get out and think I'm okay, and I see something out of the corner of my eye that just reminds me of something, and I go back into a catatonic state. So I've been spending my 5 years in and out of psycho wards and so forth. And I've never been able to tell the true story.
Yeah, unfortunately for me, the authorities This was a very expensive loss for Worlds of Fun and Oceans of Fun. And once the authorities, because I was trying to tell everybody about what was going on, then the authorities really started to dig into my personal past, my personal, psychological troubles with the death of my twin brother, and how I try to cope with that, with the letter writing and everything, and how I just act out, and I'm usually, I've had a bad attitude and just a hard time through school. The detectives, they put 2 and 2 together and figured out that, according to them, I orchestrated everything by playing with fire, playing with explosives, and I'm the one who caused the death of people. I had followers who clearly were in on it, and unfortunately none of them survived, and some of them took out some police officers.
But the video footage of you rolling the cart of dynamite into the construction site is probably the most damning evidence.
Was the one clear image they got was me loading up the cart, the wheelbarrow full of explosives, and basically shoving Eric to, you take that down. Yeah, you go with that. And so, the trials lasted for a while, but eventually I was convicted, and I'm spending the rest of my life in prison.
I think the big question that I have is, did the damage to your shoes come out of your check?
Yeah. Yeah. Molly was a character witness against me at my trial. It was not good.
All right. So we follow Jason through, and for the next 5 to 7 years, kind of relapses, kind of in and out of psychiatric units. They never the doctors just keep writing notes can't get him to open up. He won't, there's some deep secrets. We can tell. Patient refuses to participate in group therapy and things like that. So eventually, Jonny is going to be transported to a different psychiatric facility to try to seek some treatment out of state. So they put him in the back of of an ambulance, and kind of he's not badly restrained, but they don't trust him, so he's kind of there are some arm restraints and some ankle restraints as he's put onto a stretcher and loaded up into an EMS vehicle, and the EMS vehicle starts to drive away. And then the camera pans over to the various court cases that Jason goes through. We see the footage of him pushing, gathering up the dynamite and putting it in the wheelbarrow, and the wheelbarrow going down there. The attorney brings out evidence of your fingerprints that were found on the crate that had the dynamite, and fingerprints on some of the beer that was scattered around to the various places. All of the other people that were rounded up that you were suspecting, you notice one of the women and a couple of the guys that were the people that were dressed in black. For whatever reason in the trial, they all was that's the mastermind. He's the one that put us. So they all finger point right to Jason. He spends some time,
and he killed them all.
Satanic panic. So they put him in prison, goes to a state facility, and then one night in the middle of the night, your cell door opens up, and a couple of guys come in, and they're pounding their fist, and there's a bit of an altercation. Jason gives as good as he gets, but he ends up suffering a couple a broken collarbone and some he's got a black eye and whatnot. And so the next morning when the guards find you, they call for medical attention, and you're escorted to the front of the prison. And when the ambulance shows up there and opens up, you see Jonny laying on a cot in this EMS, and they put you in there as well, and you're in ankle cuffs and wrist cuffs. They put you in the back and they close it, and we see the driver from the EMS kind of look back through a window and goes, "Okay, boys, let's finish what we start," as he puts on a black hat, closes the window, and we hear the lock to the back of the EMS, and the EMS just starts to slowly drive down the road. All right.
Damn.
Well, gentlemen, thank you for
That
playing
was
with me
awesome.
tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Aaron. It was very enjoyable, even though I
Yes.
died this time.
So-
I'm not supposed to die. Not supposed to die, Aaron. Mental note.
All right. So,
That ending was on point.
as I previously explained to these gentlemen before we got started, whenever I play Dread, we normally play Dread with a physical Jenga tower, and whenever someone dies in one of my games, they are allowed to sign one of my blocks to live, so their character will live forever inside of my Jenga tower. Brad and
Coda, sorry.
Coda, yep. I'll get that down eventually. If either one of you would like to, what I typically ask is your character's name and 1 or 2 words to describe how they died. So if you want to message me that, I could write it. Brad, if I'm going to see you in the next couple of weeks, I'll bring you a block so you can sign it yourself. And other than that, thank you all very much for playing. It's been a little while since I've done this online, so I was getting back used into the swing of it. If you guys wanted to, the only other thing that I would give you the opportunity, if you wanted to talk about any of the secrets, any of the questionnaire questions that you felt like you wanted to talk about or didn't get revealed or wanted to reveal.
Yeah, that's a good. Why don't we do that? That'd be kind of bring a little bit of this full circle. Just let me start because it was really easy. I had a ton of stuff. This character lived through another session and had a bunch of background on supernatural stuff. None of it mattered because I died really early. So sad. But
Was a little bit quick.
Yeah. Next.
So my questionnaire, actually, I'll just read it out. I was an English major, and it was like, I didn't choose to be an English major so much as it chose me. So why? And it was after my twin brother drowned on our 10th birthday, I started seeing Dr. Young to help process and channel my ever-growing grief. She taught me to write letters to him that he could then read and experience life through my words. This therapy really clicked with me, so much so that I have become a voracious writer. Letters to my brother are written on thick linen paper, folded and sealed into an envelope with red wax seal, and stored in a silk box. What item is it's technically a weapon that I carry with me. I carry my brother's little 3-inch long Leatherman pocket knife wherever I go. We each got one for our 10th birthday, but mine is at home in an old shoebox, but I carry my brother's with me wherever I go. And what's the best part about being unrecognizable in a full-body character costume? Well, the anonymity is infectious. People come here to be scared or pranked, and it's a setting where the costume characters can push up against people's boundaries with recourse or without recourse. My favorite part is to push myself up against a woman, grind against her, grab her, and she just laughs it off. That's part of the good fun. Well, I live for this, so I can write it all down and describe it to my brother later.
Good Lord. Awesome. Oh my God. Wow. That's going to be hard to top.
Well, all mine is, and it kind of came out because I told you that my whole deal is I'm kind of shy, so I tried to hanging with you guys so I could, get a little better reputation and meet people.
How'd that work out?
Not so good. I met people all right, but not the right kind of people. So, like I said, and the other thing was, I had heard from somebody who heard from somebody who heard from somebody that the owner of this place was running basically a drug house or a drug dealing ship out of Worlds of Fun, and he also was running a whorehouse.
The truth was
that
actually
was what,
much stranger.
Yes. So, like I said, part of what I said was, it got, so he twisted it way out of, which made it much more funner. Is that a word, funner? I don't know. But anyway, that was basically my, I was just a freshman trying to get in with the big boys. you know,
Yeah.
so
Well,
that I
lesson learned there.
can join a fraternity and, yeah, don't get in with the big boys no more.
So I
But does it help me?
have
Go ahead.
never been to Worlds of Fun in my entire life. So I feel like I need to go now and have some points of reference visually, and you know.
I haven't either. I should go and check out the Halloween that should be coming up here pretty quick.
Yeah, that's right.
It will. It starts about the beginning of end of September, beginning of October.
Greg worked there for a while
And
recently.
Right. And there's a lot of things different, especially rides and everything else that was there in '84 when I used to go all the time, and is not there now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like I said, there's a lot of things that are different. One of the restaurants that was a main staple back in '84 has been tore down and redone, and all put into it used to be like 3 different shops. Now it's all one big shop.
Alright.
And
Well,
go ahead.
let's round out our questionnaires so we can go ahead and wrap up the stream. Coda, were you able to find your questionnaire? And Greg, did you want to talk anything about your character?
Yeah, I did find it. I spent the entire time searching through my email for our emails back and forth, but it turns out it was on Discord, so that's why I couldn't find it.
That makes sense.
So the long and short of kind of some of the background stuff I didn't get into is that I tell everybody that I'm a fashion major because that's where all the hot chicks are. But the truth is I love fashion and I love designing stuff. And but my secret was kind of that my dad is really upset with my choices, but he's a project manager for a construction company and is actually in charge of this whole construction site. And that one night he was on the phone with the owner of Worlds of Fun, and they were talking about the project, and I just happened to pick up the other line on my end, and because it's 1984, you can hear everything both ways. I think that was a thing. I only vaguely remember how phones worked before cell phones, but whatever. And so I could hear their part of the conversation, and so I knew that there was something secret happening down there, and that my dad was trying to stay uninvolved, but not really. He knew too much for sure, but I didn't get all the details from it. But there was something shiesty happening down there.
Okay, was your dad
the owner of Worlds of Fun was kind of threatening my dad a little bit with if you come out with this information, I'm gonna kill you. But yeah.
You were also
That's
a
how
bit
I
of a
knew where the dynamite
claustrophobic.
was. So.
Yeah.
Yes, and I was claustrophobic. Yeah, so the other thing was I was claustrophobic, and that I didn't really like being in the haunted house part, in the closets popping on people, so I would always hide other places. And that was another thing that didn't come into play much. I was kind of thinking about it as we went into the cave, or into the fun house and the caves and stuff, but it didn't sound like it was so small.
I was expecting you guys to be a little more sneaky, and you were a little bit more gung ho. So
we're more like a bunch of drunken frat boys,
which makes sense. So, and finally, Greg.
I said mine. I was just, like I said, I was. There wasn't really a whole lot.
No, yeah, because you told them that you thought there was drugs and prostitution.
Yeah, I did tell them that.
Okay.
Now, the only other thing is it says, what is your name? But it didn't work. We didn't go that route. My name was Johnny Blaze, which also I think was with you in that house.
Probably.
I don't remember, Brad, but like I said, you can make me, since I'm a freshman, and I was trying to think of a way that I might be hanging with major, older guys in the college, is that I was somebody's little brother. But we never went that route.
Right.
Yeah. So he was all right. Well, that's everything. Once again, thank you, gentlemen, and thank you, internet, for watching us both live and watching us back on YouTube. If you'd like to reach us, we have a Discord server at Kansas City Role Players Guild of Kansas. Is it the Role Players Guild of Kansas City?
Role Players Guild of Kansas City.
Well, Kansas City. We'll make sure that we leave a link to our Discord down there. We have monthly in-person live events at local gaming stores, and then also a few online as well. Hoping to start more of a community. So reach on out and join us for one, and maybe next time you'll be the one being chased around by ghoulies and ghosties in one of our dread sessions. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful evening. Everyone stay safe.
All right, awesome. Thank you guys.